Hello, family. I want to talk today about the meaning of life. Pretty deep subject, I'll give you that. And after much contemplation, no matter what I've done business-wise and personally and relationship-wise, it's really come down to one thing, I think, and that is learning to love in the face of adversity. Now, loving comes very natural to me. I love everybody. Anybody who knows me knows that. However, sometimes liking people is somewhat more challenging. But let's just say that we love everyone. And we choose to love them unconditionally, meaning we can love them even though their habits might be a little bit challenging to deal with. And that's fine. Loving when it's easy, obviously, is easy. You know, if somebody loves you and they're expressing it and they're telling you all the wonderful things about you and you're going, oh my God, this is so cool. But then there's going to come those other days and there isn't someone there. And therefore, you need to be able to love yourself. And what I mean by that is the appreciation that you hold for the who and the what you are. And while you're here on this planet, quite often people are finding a bit of a challenge in dealing with day-to-day activities because they're not feeling the love. Well, if you can take just a few minutes, pen and paper, and write down some of the things that you truly appreciate about yourself. If you were to be able to write, 10 items that you think are true about yourself that are also admirable. Those 10 items alone can elevate you because you can now use them as a set point for who you are and what you're doing. And you can say things like, I love about myself that I'm very organized, if that's true. I love about myself that I get up every morning and I make my bed. Now, that might not seem like much, but trust me, the habit of making your bed every morning starts your day with organization and a very small habit that as soon as you're done, you look back and you go, oh my God, that looks pretty good. And it's just a step. It's a momentum builder. And living a purposeful life is about momentum. It's not normally about one big event. It's normally about developing the momentum of success and moving towards a goal. So the next thing that you might choose is give yourself the gift of silence. Every day I do 10 minutes. Doesn't seem like much, but it is. I set a timer on my phone and I close my eyes. And this is before my wife gets out of bed and I'm alone. I've got a little bit of time in the morning. I normally get up pretty early. And I get up and I get out of bed and I set my timer and sit on the couch, close my eyes and just experience silence for that 10 minutes. I also engage, I kind of multitask here. So yes, I'm in the silence. And I'm also going to do something called square breathing. And I've got another video on that you can see. But square breathing is when you breathe in for a count of 4, and then you hold your breath for a count of 4. And then in the past, I've always just been breathing out for a count of 4 and then staying empty for a count of 4. So it's a square. However, recently I learned about being able to stimulate your vagus nerve in your body, or a huge one, and all the things that it does. And one of the things that actually stimulates that vagus nerve is humming. And one thing that you find is that you can't hum while you breathe in. You can only hum while you breathe out. So now when I'm doing my square breathing, I breathe in through my nose for a count of 4. I still hold for a count of 4. But now when I breathe out, I actually hum out for a count of 8. So breathing in through the nose, holding 1, 2, 3, 4, and then And then breathe in. Hold, 2, 3, 4, and then hum out. It's not loud enough to disturb my wife or anybody else, but it stimulates the vagus nerve and does a myriad of things that are really good for you. And it gives you the opportunity to be able to stay silent for that 10 minutes. And in that 10 minutes, just close your eyes, a beautiful thing. And when the beeper goes off, then you can move on to your next momentum builder. And I think the next thing that you should do after making your bed and giving yourself 10 minutes of silence, break out a pen and paper. And I've heard it suggested that if you could write down a page a day of your ideas, whatever it is, maybe it's a YouTube channel idea, I don't know, maybe it's your business, whatever it happens to be, but fill a page, one page. Every day might be the same for a while, I don't know. I exercise every other day. I eat healthy and clean and organic. I drink my at least 8 ounces of glasses of water. So, and you write these things down, but over time you're going to get some inspiration and intuition, and just write it down. You don't have to be perfect about it. Don't have to write complete sentences, but fill the page. If you'll do this, I'm going to recommend that very quickly, or actually just in experience, you're going to come up with some very interesting ideas. Maybe it's about your business or about your family or about your kids or your parenting style or something that is part of your life. But it's going to give you that opportunity. So make your bed, give yourself 10 minutes of silence, and then write down a page. Just fill the page. It's an amazing tool. I hope these 3 things, now by the way, once you get an inspiration idea that you've gotten from either as you're making that bed, as you're doing your 10 minutes of silence and humming, as you're writing your page, you're going to get some inspiration. If you get something really cool, I'm going to suggest don't wait. Start moving towards whatever that new idea is immediately. And then, of course, you can make that part of your progress for tomorrow's page as to what you got done yesterday. I hope that this helps you. Again, my name is Jack McAdory, and the channel is called In Search of Purpose Today. And this just a little brief clip so that you've got at least a couple of things to start your momentum towards living a purpose-filled life. I love you all. Have a blessed day.